Hey guys, Mark from markmatthews.com. Man, it's been a long time since I did a post. I thought I would get a lot done over the summer. I've just been having a heck of a lot of fun. The bulk of the video you're going to see today is a 4K 60 frames per second video tour, a long 30-minute tour of the Couples San Souci Resort in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. My wife and I just got back like 3 days ago. I wanted to capture what the resort was like for friends back home and put it on YouTube because it's a large 27-acre sprawling resort. Part of it's flat, part of it's up in the cliffs and the hills with alcoves, and I just wanted to capture that for people who are interested in it. But I also, use some interesting technology to capture that 4K 60. What I use is the DJI Osmo Pocket camera. Came out about 10 months ago, right before the Christmas season for 2018. Hear a little bit of airplane there flying overhead. And the interesting thing about this guy is, first off, it's very small, right? It's a handheld. You hold it like this. It has an articulating, is that the word? Gimbal at the top to help stabilize and smooth out the video. Now first, again, the bulk of this video is going to be the 4K 60 tour. Taken with this camera. I also just want to say I am an Amazon associate. Please enjoy what I'm saying. Please enjoy the tour of Couples San Souci. I am not paid by DJI or GoPro, who's recording this intro, or San Souci to do this video. But if you did follow any of my links to check out this camera or the GoPro, and you click through the link, I do get a small little credit from Amazon. Anyway, but I'm doing this all on my own. So this is the DJI Osmo, and if you aren't familiar with DJI, they are the #1 drone maker globally. They, like something like more than 50% of the market. And when you get into the higher end drones, I should have cleaned that guy off. They put this gimbal, it's called, at the top, and it's sort of, you can see it sort of flows independently of the motion. So imagine, my hand was a drone and you're in a, 500 feet up and the wind's really stirring. The drone, which is more complicated for the gimbal, which is more complicated for the drones, would help stabilize the video. So they took that idea, put it on the head of a small camera, and the biggest feature you get from it, you see how it kind of waves. Now imagine you're taking a video of your kid playing Little League ball, and you got your camera out and you're moving around, and it's just kind of jerky, as you move the different players. This, and you'll see in the long 30-minute sample video, is a nice fluid smooth. Now there is some stabilization going on there other than this. You'll see though when I'm walking through San Souci, I probably could have been a little bit more careful with my steps, but you can see the motion of my, as I'm stepping, holding the camera. It has a couple different modes for the camera. The one it's on now is, if you see, no matter what I do, it wants to keep the lens pointing at the horizon, straight across. So I use that the most. It does get a little challenging when I then want to go up. There's a way on the screen to do it. It's not really easy to do. There's another mode, like a follow mode, where if you tilt it up, it'll detect that and it'll sort of send the lens up. But I like it like this. You can also just manually adjust it, and once you do that, that becomes the new center point for it. And then there's a button, there's two buttons. This is the record button. This button, if you click it twice, it'll reposition that lens to the front. If you do it 3 times, this is cool, it spins around and it turns it into a selfie camera, and it'll start face tracking. So let me step back. So I'm down here, you see how the camera lens is pointing up? It's detected my face. Look, it's angled. So it's kind of a cool feature. You can literally just set this on a table and walk around and it'll do its thing. I normally use this in the 1080/60 mode for some of my blogging, whether it's this blog intermittently when I use it or some other things that I'm doing. But it also, again, has the 4K 60. It ran like a champ, doing this video. I have to say, all these devices, when you run on 4K 60, the battery drains pretty quickly. So I did, plug this. I had an Anchor battery pack in my pocket with a cable, just for the 35-minute walk that I did to make sure it worked. A couple of things it doesn't have Wi-Fi. People really clobbered it on that. It doesn't have a speaker to hear it back. And some of the early issues about focusing and things, they've all been corrected with firmware. I think that the Christmas holiday season is such a big consumer market time. I think they kind of rushed this out to market before the software was fully baked, but they've definitely solved those problems, and you'll see in the video how awesome it is. So it doesn't have Wi-Fi. The main way they give you to connect is this little slide out piece. They give you two, the iPhone version and the USB-C. You flip that around, You take your phone, you plug it in, the software kicks in, and you can connect it to the phone, use the app that they provide for you to download from the store, and control the phone. I'm sorry, use the phone to control the camera. There's also a USB-C jack here, and you can just plug it into a USB and just bring it into the computer. Oh, that's a loud airplane flying over right now. So this is, I'll provide links. As I said, I'm an Amazon associate. You want to check it out. The intro right now is being recorded with a Hero 7 Black, and that's only in the 1080-60 mode. But I'm loading this up in the DaVinci Black Magic Resolve software. This will be upscaled, the intro to 4K, and then it'll just go right on through to 4K for the Osmo footage. So sorry guys, if you're just here for the San Souci tour, thanks for hanging on. Hopefully you skipped ahead the 5.5 minutes. Jeez, sorry guys. MarkMatthews.com. All right, so here we are, Couples San Souci, Ocho Rios Jamaica. So we're starting on the left side of the resort, not as far left as Sunset Beach. We'll get to that later. This is the main area, the main pool area. Right to the right of us is two building blocks, building A and B, which were remodeled within the last 5-6 years, I think. So yeah, that main pool is a large pool. It has a dual bar area, so it has some swim up bar seats, and actually it kind of wraps around. It's probably 10 or 12 seats, maybe 6 or 8 across the front and 2 in a little bit. Then you have seating outside. So by the way, I was recording this, it was probably 7:30, 8 a.m. in September, so it's pretty quiet right now. Ping pong table. I actually saw a young couple play there for about 2 hours. September heat, by the way, can get pretty darn warm. Right there is a little gift shop through those double doors there, which then leads us over to the Watersports Area. You know what? I'm going to just rattle off, but there were sailboats, there's a glass bottom boat, there's snorkeling, there's kayaks, there's pedal boats, there's paddle boats. You can see pretty much everything there. So we're still sort of on the left side of the main beach area. You can see some of the boats. I mean, those are the boats for the resort. That's pretty impressive, actually. And this is what I'm calling the left side of the main beach. You can consider the Bella Vista Bar restaurant as sort of a dividing point. We'll see that in a second. Most of the swimming you'll see takes place on the right side of the beach. This is, of course, facing out to the ocean. All right, this is the Bella Vista Beach Dining. You can come here and eat dinner and lunch right on the ocean, right at the waves crashing. Now, at this point is where I remembered I forgot to show the hot tub that's adjacent to the main pool. So I actually take the walk over. Just to add more fun and excitement. So there's the main pool hot tub, which you can see the gentleman forward who's through the trees there is cleaning the pool. Now we're heading back towards the Bella Vista Grill building. So it's a little confusing. Kind of loop around. I just call this area right here Bella Vista. I believe they call this specific area the Beach Grill. So we've had lunch here a couple times, pizza, burgers, fish tacos. There's an ice cream machine and a popcorn machine. We just passed it. This is the Bella Vista Bar. This was actually very lively. A couple nights they do the Jamaican show, they do the Gala on the field to the right of us, and made this bar very popular. Now we're looking at the main beach, the right side, which I think gets the majority of the visitors. Now we're here in September. There was enough of a crowd in the resort to keep it very interesting. A lot of great people. Bars, like that Bella Vista bar, had a good crowd of people all the time when we wanted it to. But on the other hand, we never had to worry about finding a chair. There was always a beach chair available. There was always a beach chair available around the pool. The mineral pool, which was one of our favorites. We'll see that in a bit. Never more than a couple people there. So this open field, let me back up. That green fence is a new building going up. No one's entirely sure what that is. of course the resort is. This open field here it's amazing what they do. They turn this into a large dining area with full buffet. That is the temporary stage while they're doing the construction. There's a stage next to that construction area. But they do the Jamaican night and the Friday night gala, both in that large open field. They bring in all the tables, all the chairs, all the buffets, all the tablecloths, everything. This is the Palazzina restaurant. There is a buffet inside, but it's also a full, sit-down, order entree type restaurant. And on our way back around, we actually go inside. So this is the lower, more flat, obviously, area of the resort. And as you see, we're getting ready to go up into the cliffs, I guess. They actually refer to it as, the resort built on the side of the cliffs. So there's steps. I think that little jerk in the video there, I think I bumped into someone. They started talking to me because of the camera I had. It does grab attention. This is more just to show you how this path kind of leads into the trees. I was joking with my wife that these passageways kind of remind me of like a Disney type feel, obviously this is real. But it's just that kind of, you're walking through some of the villages of Epcot. Now this is probably the most photographed scene, coming up after I pan right, the most photographed spot in the entire resort. As you can see, we're already up pretty high, and this isn't actually the highest point. All right, we're going to head on over. So to the right is the D block. I think that's Dahlia. They're A, B, C through G, and then they give them a nice recognizable name. So we've just popped up for this little area. We're going back down again. And we will be going back up again. So this is at the foot of those steps. We're going to go left first. There's a couple wedding gazebos. There's a wedding area on the main beach. There's a wedding area that people get married on Sunset Beach. This is a gazebo here for weddings, or maybe just for photographs. So again, where we just were, that main beach area is to our left. Now the small steps to the right, that's what we just walked down. Now I say Secret Grotto, but what's funny about this, you'll see the grotto. We walked by here 3 times on the upper level main walkway. Had no idea this was down here. So you have to know this is here. Now we're walking down to this beach area. I would love to know the history of this resort, because I'll come back to this. We're going right down into the mineral grotto. So this is a little mineral spring-fed grotto. There's actual small fish in there. We did put our feet in, but not for long. There's a sign on the wall that tells the story that going back in history books, they found back into the 1700s, the residents knew of this grotto, and they would come and wait 15-20 minutes to sit in the water. Now, what I was going to say about this building, we're going to walk around and see it, but I would love to know the history of this part of the resort, because when you see this building, to me, it looks like at one time, maybe in the 40s or 50s, that this was like the main restaurant building, and that beach maybe was a real beach at one time. I'm from New Jersey, a lot of erosion going on, so I'm sure they're not, sure they have their share down here in Jamaica. If anybody knows, please post in the comments. It's a nice walkway. So now here's that building on the left, the fitness building. That's my terminology. It's a 2-level building. We're going up to the top first. This is yoga instruction and any other sort of fitness class, but I definitely know there's yoga classes here. And then below this is a pretty well-equipped gym. You know, I did a different version of this video where I actually walked into the gym, but had some problems, and I didn't use that. But another thing about that gym area, which we'll peek in the window in a second, the air conditioning is amazing. I joke with my wife that it's probably because on vacation nobody goes in there, so the doors kept sealed and the air conditioning can build up. It's a pretty decent sized, you know, for a vacation, for what you're going to try to do in a gym on vacation, they got everything you need. Now we're heading into the mineral pool area. Now off to the right, I think I go to the, oh, here's the mineral pool. How you doing? Now off to the right, this is a Veggie Bar. There's no alcohol at this bar. But they do have some vegetarian sandwiches and foods. But then the main, of course, is sort of the smoothies, the veggie smoothies, fruit smoothies. Mix them in. And this is the mineral pool. Now, when we say mineral pool, there is a list, a sign. I don't remember if I show it in this video, but it contains you know, they've had it tested, and they know the minerals that are in there. It feels a little thicker or a little softer, the water. And again, right there on the ocean. Now coming up is another, excuse me, tucked away area. Through this little opening here, there's some steps that go down. Now you can see there's a waterfall, and you can see the waterfall from the upper level, which is right there going across. But you can also go down and see the waterfall at the ground level. You know, even here at the bottom, there were fish. Of course, you're not walking through this water, but there were fish. Early in the morning, I guess the fish weren't out yet. And then there's this neat little opening at the end of the path that takes you back out to a small beach area. Now, this isn't really for bathing, you know, sitting out. There were no chairs there. But it is obviously the same ocean. There were some people that took a raft from the main beach and went all the way around. I would not recommend that. We pop back up the steps. We're now at the top. We're above on the walkway. I clipped that there because a gentleman had a conversation with me.
I was going to go up in the elevator. Yeah. I'll be back here in 50 minutes.
So down the path to the left is the spa area. My wife and I, as I just said, 50 minutes later, we were there for a massage. And so there's multiple sort of gazebos up on the water, great views, but they were in the cleaning mode there, so I couldn't get down there. So this elevator, I should have gotten an outside view. This thing is probably 4 stories high. Well, you can see from this vantage point. So we were down there, obviously, at the water level. This is how much higher we are. And then there's this catwalk, I guess, that goes across. It's the only elevator I saw in the entire place, and I'm sure that people that, especially if you're in these rooms here, really appreciated it and going down to the mineral pool. Now we're going to take a quick trip to the left. This, I believe, is the farthest point in this direction. What would this be? East, I guess. And this is Raleigh's Salon. We did not take advantage of that. You can hear me breathing heavy. So not only is it a lot of steps, and I did this multiple times. This is not the, I did this video tour a couple times before I got something I appreciated. But even at 7:30, 8 a.m. in September, it's hot already. It's 88 degrees, I think, and or 86, but just the humidity. I had to, we had that appointment for the salon. I had to get a shower before we went back over to get the massage. So just like this, we are already at the main lobby. So that's the key thing with that elevator. Don't be confused. I took a little sidetrack to the left. Literally that catwalk to the elevator, you make the right, and here you are at the main lobby area. Now these tables, I don't believe they're associated with any of the restaurants. They're just there for visiting. There are people walking around taking photos. That's where you go to review the photos. There's a game room, which pretty much meant there's a pool table and a computer with an internet connection. So here's the main lobby. Actually, straight ahead is when you first check in. You go right there. Now we're going to go back out through the front door. Probably would have made more sense to start this video tour here and work it through, but now we're walking out. Looks like we're leaving. The reason why we're going this way, there are two buildings at the entrance. I think I trimmed it here to make it a little faster. This building is the jewelry store. We never went in that building, actually. And then to the right, which would be the left when you come in, is the gift shop. Now, I'm going to walk in and talk to this one. Amazing air conditioning.
Is it okay if I just get some video for vacation memories just in here? Thank you.
She's like, let me see if it looks good. That was me joking, of course. It looks very small here. Here's sort of the convenience store items. There's a lower level that is 3 times the size of that, loaded with clothing, gifts, everything from toddlers, babies, up to mom and grandparents. Coming back into the main entrance, I bump into some people that I've met through the week, so we have that awkward clip. Excuse me. And it's this time I remembered something else.
Oh, forgot Cassanova.
Cassanova is their premier restaurant. You need to have pants. You can't wear a t-shirt, collared shirt. Excuse me. Wednesday night, lobster night, by the way, guys. It's in the itinerary of the if you look at the weekly schedule. But when you get to the restaurant, it didn't seem like it was widely publicized. You had to know. And we were able to get a filet mignon with the lobster. So this is the lobby pool. Right, obviously, I called it a lobby pool because it's right off the lobby. It's rarely used. We saw a lifeguard here. He said it's the same exact water that goes into the mineral pool. Now there's a big remodel that's happening in the spring of 2020. And this pool gets mixed into some of the stories. Nobody has a real clear depiction of what's going to happen, but some people are saying that this pool is slated to go away because it's not utilized. And they would sort of incorporate this space into the lobby. Now off to the left here is a small gazebo, and on one of the entertainment nights, a band and performers set up stage there. And people filled the tables, and then this is the balloon bar. So the balloon bar, those doors all open up. So my wife and I actually had a seat right here at the bar. I was able to watch the show. So now we're walking down, down and around the other side of the pool, and this is, well, actually you can see this is the back wall of that pool area. I don't know why I felt the need to show that. So this is the Martini Bar area and patio. which I try to show in a second, is looking down to the mineral pool. So imagine that we were on the elevator. If you didn't have that elevator, this would be probably the main path to get from the lobby down to the Martini Bar. And then right to my left are rooms. I forget what block that is, but you know, the rooms, there are rooms that can just take 2 steps and they're right at the Martini Bar. Good and bad, I guess. You know, if, very convenient to get to the Martini Bar when it's open, but maybe if you just want to relax, you're a little too close. So what I wanted to show with this is another path that would, if you followed this around, would take you down to the mineral pool.
All right.
There also was another jacuzzi sort of in the edge of the, you know, in the trees and the brush, and they've removed it just within the last 10 months, I guess, with supposedly plans to rebuild it, but that's now not certain. So we are off to, you know, the lobby would be to the left. I had plans with this video of sort of overlaying a map and showing where I was walking, but it would just take forever. So I believe this is the D building. If you remember that first time we walked up and I said, this is the spot where everybody takes photos. That's this. We're on the back side of that building now. Now you're probably twisted. What we've done is it's a big circle. If you consider where I started was 12 o'clock, we've kind of worked ourselves all the way around. The lobby, say, was 6 o'clock, and now we're 3/4 of the way around the circle. Again, up to the left would be the lobby and the Cassanova restaurant. So we're, as you can see, things are starting to level out. We are entering back to the main beach area. So we're almost completed our full circle. And off to the left, this is the Palazzina restaurant. So it has indoor seating. There is a buffet for breakfast and lunch. Dinner is typically a sit-down dinner, but you use the salad bar. Now, in the distance there, that is a smoothie bar, an espresso bar for the mornings. This is a pizza station. They set this up in the morning even with champagne to make mimosas. The breakfast here is buffet all the time, and I'm going to do a quick run through. Bagels, very quick. Bagel toppings, series. There's a full omelet bar, and she can make pancakes and waffles. The bananas that we just saw, the big bananas and syrup, was just amazing.
Good morning.
Good morning.
She loves to sing. Hot dishes, eggs, scrambled eggs, French toast, some additional hot dishes. They had some unique things in that for the breakfast, but you eat what you want and skip what you don't want. Now, it seems like we have gone full circle and we've walked the whole facility, but there's actually another large area that we're going to hit in 1 second. All right, we've entered Sunset Beach. So this is a fully nude area of pool. As you can see, that is a pool. The small building in the distance there is the restrooms. It has its own dedicated grill, and a bar, which also is a swim-up bar on this side, where the pool is, of course, and then on the other side there are stools to sit. You know what? I moved a little fast around the bar. I should have showed a little more of that. And there is a hot tub in the distance there on the other side of the pool. So they are so strict about the nude here that, one, you need to be a couple. If you're not a couple and they realize that, they will ask you to leave. And two, you'll have enough time to come in, grab a towel, get situated, but then you're expected to be nude. This is not clothing optional. So this is the beach area, Sunset Beach. Well, let's just clarify. It's nude throughout the day until 5 or 6 at night. This is famous for its sunsets. They will allow the clothing, the textiles they're called, people to come in to see the sunset. They're not telling you have to get dressed. You could still be nude, but people are going to be coming in the beach area. Just catching some video for memories.
Oh, you're leaving today?
Well, today's our last day.
Okay.
But I know you can't get video while people are...
Yes, so you're just doing it. That camera it is so cute.
Isn't it neat? It's got a little rotating head on it, so it keeps it nice and stable.
Yes, cute.
It looks like a little airplane flying when you watch it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to cut this out. I had a nice conversation with that woman. Those rocks are rocks you can pay to have painted. It's, couples memories, and there's a large area that's left to write the dates of your visits, the month and year, I believe. So it's interesting to look at those rocks, and some of them are scattered through the resorts, but to look at the rocks and see how many times people have come. This entire area, people are just totally nude, playing games, playing ping pong. Volleyball is huge in this area. 9-on-9 games are very, very common in the volleyball area. In the swimming pool volleyball. So I think I cut this because someone comes, but this is the roadway that, when you just follow this up a little bit further, gets us back to our starting point. So when I recorded this video, I actually did start in the Sunset Beach area. I wanted to get there as early as possible and then walk on through. I just felt like when I edited it, I should put that at the end. Well, I ran out of video before I was finished speaking, so I threw some photos on the end here. So check out Couples San Souci, their website. Check out the Facebook groups. A lot of great information in the Facebook group. There's groups for the entire resort, and then also for the nude beach area. And check out YouTube. Lots of great videos, including this one on YouTube. And don't forget DJI Osmo Pocket, the GoPro Hero 7. I'm using a Blue Snowball Microphone right now. Lots of great products out there. Check out my links. And if you do want to buy, click through and order on my links. Thanks, guys.